Ready for the frenzy? Friday Night Frenzy on News Channel 18.
Oh, it's that time. Welcome to our season opening edition of the Friday Night Frenzy. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Cleff.
And I'm Ross Boland. Sports Team 18's Caleb Martin is off tonight, but will rejoin us for next week's edition of the Frenzy. Let's get to the evening's opening night action in high school football, starting with the three-time defending Class A state champion Knights of Central Catholic hosting Delphi. Let's head to the Knights' home field, the CC student section in mid-season form. Delphi deferred to the second half, so CC would get on the board first. Timmy Mills throws a nice jump ball for Andrew Huberts, and Hubie would get in for 6, and he's dancing. Delphi moved the ball well on their first drive. Here's a first down. Nice throw and catch. The Oracles are in the red zone. A few plays later, the snap is low on the field goal attempt. CC swarms to the football, and the shutout remains intact. To the second quarter we go. After this, it's Timmy Mills with a great play fake. He finds a wide open to guess who, Mike? You get 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count.
Danny Antrim?
No, good try. Andrew Huberts, he gets in again, 14-0 Knights. And then on the Knights' next drive, Mills hands the ball off to Brad Schrader, 21-0 at that point. The Knights go on to defeat the Oracles by a final score of 52-7.
Our next stop is at Gordon Straley Field, home of the West Lafayette Red Devils, where head coach Marshall Overley and Westside hosted Tri-West tonight. In first minute of the game, West Lafayette quarterback Parker Ronchetto, that is a 44-yard run down to the Tri-West 1-yard line. The very next play, Ronchetto is going to keep the ball, and he's down, but he crosses the plane. They take a moment to rule it a touchdown, but it's a touchdown, 6-0 Red Devils. Point after attempt, Brody Forbes. Remember this, he gets it in the air, but it hits the upright, 6-0 Red Devils, and that would play a role late in the game. We moved to late in the first half. Bruins quarterback Jake Hendershot, short touchdown run. They hit the extra point, so the Red Devils down 7-6. It's still 7-6, less than 30 seconds to go. Brody Forbes on.
A chance to redeem himself.
Oh, and does he ever? He nails it. I think Marshall Overley still dancing. What a kick by Brody Forbes with 23.1 seconds left. West Lafayette wins it. They're singing the school fight song after the game. Red Devils win it by a final of 9-7. We'll have more on West Lafayette in just a few minutes. Harrison football opened its season with a home game against Westfield. Westfield's first possession, quarterback Nick Fair with the play action rolls out and finds Frank Grimes, and Grimes goes in for the touchdown. It's 7-0 Shamrocks. Second quarter, it's Fair again finding Corey Kostecka. That's an easy touchdown for the Shamrocks, and they're up 14-0. We're still in the second quarter. Jake Lasky finding Arion Cook. He's cooking right there. The nice gain, but unfortunately for the Raiders, they don't score, so it's still down 14-0 for the half. Martin's Moment nominee, first play of the second half, Dresden Johnson goes from one side of the field to the other, and he bursts down the sideline, runs it all the way back. The junior has a 95-yard return for the score, 14-7. Raiders pull within 7, and that is our videographer, David DeLong, getting mauled. But after that, unfortunately, the Shamrocks roll from there. Raiders lose to the Shamrocks by a final of 27-7. Ross?
Lafayette Jeff kicked off their season by hosting Zionsville. Week 1 means it's time to hit somebody, and that's what Irving Madden does right here. Check out that stick. He's using every bit of 175 pounds on that one. A few plays later, Zionsville's forced to punt, and it's not a good one. The Broncos are in great shape with field position. They begin the second half in Eagles territory, and they take advantage of it. Darian Green gets the handoff, and he bounces it outside. He gets inside the 1-yard line. Green was in beast mode for the Broncos tonight. The Eagles had no answer. Next play, Matt Johnson gets in on the QB sneak, and just like that, Jeff trails 20-14, but that's as close as they would get. Zionsville scores on the very next drive. The Broncos go on to lose to the Eagles by a final score of 41-20.
All right, more high school football highlights in just a couple of moments, but first, head coach Danny Hope and Purdue Football, they kick off their season 2 weeks from tomorrow when the Boilermakers host Eastern Kentucky on Saturday, September 1st at Ross-Ade Stadium. Coach Hope, his coaching staff, and the Boilermaker players took a breather from preseason practice to take part in the Greater Lafayette Commerce's 69th annual Purdue Football Kickoff Luncheon, a Friday midday tradition that's held at the Purdue Memorial Union. This year's speaker, a very good one, former New England Patriots and Boilermakers offensive tackle Matt Light. The former Boiler retired this past season, off-season that is, from the NFL after a stellar pro career that included in playing 5 Super Bowls, including last February's Super Bowl 46 at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Light's position coach during his All-Big Ten career with the Boilermakers was Coach Hope, a man that Matt Light believes is the right fit as the head coach at Purdue.
There's talking about things, and there's, getting people amped up and saying all the right things. And then there's people that actually go out there and they do them. And that's a very difficult thing to do. And as a head coach, which I will never be, nor do I ever want to get into coaching to any large degree, but there is a huge weight placed upon you as a head coach to be a great recruiter, to be a great coach, to be a great assembler of people and manage all those people and manage the expectations. And I've never seen anybody that can do it with the class and the style that he's been able to do, and also remain relevant to his players and what they go through. And that's a very fine line to walk.
All right, we have more highlights to get to in our season opening edition of the Friday Night Frenzy.
Maybe with all that free time, Matt will start flipping some pizzas at Bruno's or something.
I like that idea.
Hey, we head to Walton for a Cass County matchup between Pioneer and Lewis Cass. We'll be right back.